Hey everyone, Ervin here again, and it's the dawning of a new meta in Helldivers 2, as a new patch has just been released with some shockingly massive game changers. Out of respect for what you're here for, I'm going to quickly be going through each change, adding my thoughts as I go along as I feel is necessary. Let's get into it. First, it seems weather hazards have been enabled. This includes fire tornadoes, meteor showers, and even earthquakes that will bring a new level of environmental danger. Apparently, the meteor shower as well has peaked the scale on obnoxious mechanics, as the meteors seem to gravitate towards the players and functionally play on the enemy team. In my opinion, I definitely didn't feel we needed even more instant death scenarios, so hopefully this gets tweaked soon. Eradication missions have once again had an increase in the spawn rate, this time with an accompanying increase to the kill requirement. This was likely done due to the farming methods the player base has developed around this mission type, in an effort to curve lower level players away from spamming this mission type just for the rewards. They say this mission will take on average twice as long to complete as before, so if you were using it to farm resources before, you'll likely still be able to justify doing so, as it will still be a very fast mission. Alright, now we're on to the important part. Let's talk about the weapon and stratagem balance changes, and oh man, did they bring out the nerf bat here. Not a good look coming from their original stance of erring on the side of buffs over nerfs, but I'm sure we'll adjust in time, or we'll just get mechs. The breaker has been hit relatively hard, seeing a reduction in its ammo count as well as recoil, meaning it will likely still be an extremely effective bug killer all the same, but struggle to hit consistent headshots against bots due to the jump in the recoil. Likely removing it from my top 5 automaton picks entirely, to be honest. Oh man, the railgun. The railgun has seen a reduction in penetration, as well as effective damage against hard armor. This means to deal any damage at all, you'll be needing to hit overcharges for less payoff against the same hard armor compared to the previous patch. This will likely have extremely bleak consequences for bug Helldives, especially with their tank units sporting absurd amounts of health and spawn rate in which only the railgun could comfortably handle. Bots will see less of an impact, as only tanks and cannon towers had real hard armor that required penetration, while Devastators and Hulks will likely still be dispatched with a well-placed and now well-charged headshot. The anti-material now also looks like a much more solid option in automaton missions by comparison, as it's always dealt with both Hulks and the plague of all mankind, the Rocket Devastator, fairly well, just never as well as the railgun could, opening the way for some additional skill expression. All in all, with no other forms of anti-tank being buffed to accompany the rail nerf, and every other anti-tank being the equivalent of gutter trash, it's not looking good for our options now. But don't worry too much, as this can also be seen as an indirect buff to smoke stratagems, increasing the value of being able to lose your enemies rather than fight them directly, a specialty of mine. We are also expecting mechs, one of which is fitted with dual-wielded autocannons, to join the fight on the 14th. We'll just have to sweat it out till then and evolve our tactics. The flamethrower's damage per second has been bumped 50%. This is actually a very significant change, as the flamethrower is now capable of killing hunters and other fast bugs before they reach you to attack. It can also kill a charger within a single canister. A big W for the pyromaniacs everywhere for sure. Still useless on Titans, however. The laser cannon has received a boost to armored body parts, as well as penetrative force and recoil control, meaning this weapon has joined the ring for potential new meta definers against the automatons, as its medium penetration damage buff and improved control could result in some impressive effectiveness against Devastators and Hulks. We'll have to try it and find out. The Punisher has seen a massive buff, putting it on everyone's radar, getting 20 more shells added to its ammo capacity, bringing its total to a 77 count on drop, as well as increased stagger and sizable damage increase. Honestly, this buff feels massive for the Punisher, as it can now solidly compete as an option with the Breaker on bug drops. Without medium penetration, however, and its spread being pretty big, I'm gonna have to say it's still gonna be pretty ineffective on high difficulty bots, with their spam of the medium armor type. The Breaker Spray and Pray, a once horrible joke of a firearm, has received a massive buff. The armor penetration has been buffed above 0. Maybe it can break some eggs now. The fire rate was increased from 300 to 330, as well as a pretty huge damage increase in the form of 4 extra pellets per trigger pull, adding a lot more spray to the spray and pray. The magazine was dropped from 36 to 32, but once again, this shotgun is looking very usable in the bugs now. It's still on the shelf as far as the bots are concerned. Ah yes, the energy shield, a staple of the meta kit, has been nerfed in the form of its recharge rate. A slap on the wrist really, for sure, as this piece of tech's additional survivability on bug planets will still be absurd. Just take care to put more time between tanking those hits. The 120 and 380mm team killers, barrages, have gained their viability card in the form of an increase in duration, as well as reduction to their absurd spread. You may not have to pray to Lady Liberty your orbital hits a single enemy in a swarm now. Big W. Alright, moving on to the last note that really matters. Armor malfunctions. Allegedly. At least according to Arrowhead. The players seem to still be up in arms and that it feels terrible. So, we'll have to see if there's any follow-up statement to be had here. Personally, doesn't look good. Alright, that's going to do it for the important patch notes. There were many small fixes as well, but nothing worth me wasting your time on here. If you enjoyed my quick, to-the-point coverage of these updates, be sure to like, comment, or subscribe so I know to keep them as a high priority. I've also launched a Ko-fi page for those who wish to support my efforts here on the platform. The link's down below. Thank you all for watching till the end, and have a wonderful day. See ya!